Hello, everyone. Last time I was in this building, I saw the Gazillion Bubble Show. Has anyone here seen that show? Raise your hand if you've seen it. Just one. Well, if there's ever a show that could call himself the Gazillion Bubble Show and not have false advertising, that's the one. It's a one guy who does like literally the largest bubble ever created on stage, like a gazillion bubbles. When I left the house today, I told my kids, my 3 kids who I took, where I'm going to speak, and Miles, my 9-year-old, said, "Don't slip on the stage." So that was good advice. This is also the all-time worst speaking spot. I'm following the Facebook founder and Wendy from Coca-Cola. So the fact that you're still on your seats, I really appreciate it. What I'm going to talk about, and I only have 5 minutes, it's kind of sponsored content. And if there ever were a room which appreciated sponsored content, it's probably this room. So I appreciate it. And what I'm going to talk about today is basically, some data. We have, 8 out of the top 10 global brands, thousands and thousands of Facebook pages on our platform. And so we're able to look at the data and see like what's going on and what's kind of a good strategy. At the end of this, we have actually booklets of this, and it's on our website, buddymedia.com. And that's the last I'm going to talk about Buddy Media. The question we all face when we go to Facebook is, when should we post? Which I don't think based on our review of our clients, we're not thinking about enough. How often should we post, and what should we say? And the reason why it's important is getting it right on Facebook, small things you do produce massive results, okay? So the question you have to ask yourself is, do you want to grow your fan base like this through crappy content or content that's not as engaging, or like this? How do you get your content flowing through the social graphs, flowing through Facebook very fast? So we basically just decided to analyze the data. We did kind of research. We have a head of research and analytics who looked at all the data, and we took a very finite period which didn't have no holidays, no it was a time period that we were very comfortable with from a, to analyze, and we took, January 30th through February 12th, we put a representative sample, 200 clients, way too many posts to go through, with all the clients, so 200 clients from every industry, and we tried to figure out, is there anything that, high correlation between engagement and not engagement. So a few findings that we have is keep it short, which the most interesting part about this is 80 characters or less. What does that sound like? Twitter. So 80 character posts were 27% more engaging than longer posts. Now we all want to put like photos and videos and huge posts and say everything that we think our fans want to say, but what the data shows, just keep it short. Coca-Cola is one of our clients. I remember when they posted, like, what makes you happiest? Like, that hit like 5 of our recommendations, which I'll go through. Beware of URL shorteners. Okay? This isn't just 27% kind of lower. It's 3 times higher engagement rate. That's 3 times, not 27%, it's 3 times. I'm not a mathematician, so I don't know like what it means in percentages, but 3 times higher engagement rate when you don't use a URL shortener. I love Bitly. I love a lot of these other services, but if you're going to use Bitly, get a branded URL from Bitly. If you're going to use your own, get a branded URL. There are tons of them out there. We then looked at kind of keywords. So what words drive engagement? And this area could be like a 300-page book, but I only have 5 minutes. I thought I had a half an hour until I showed up today, so I'm going to go really fast. The left column is the best performing keywords for generating likes. So if you want to generate likes, like, take, submit, watch, post, check. You're asking people to do something. The right column is what are the best words to get people talking, which isn't that hard on Facebook. People just like talking about themselves. So how do you get them talking? Post, comment, tell us, like, submit. A lot of them are the same. So people follow instructions. Tell them what you want them to do, and they'll do it. This is a really complicated graph. The first iteration was like even worse. But what it basically shows is that you have to master the soft sell. So when we looked at all the data, using words like event, winner, offer, entry, there's a whole, if you get the report, there are a bunch of them, much better than sale, free shipping, save. People tune that out on Facebook. I'm not saying don't sell on Facebook. Change the words. The linguistics of how you post is going to be the difference between, if you look at 27% engagement for Coca-Cola with 25 million fans, that's a significant number. If Coke is using Facebook and these tactics to move the needle on a business that serves 1.7 billion people, I guarantee you your business can benefit from this. Questions work. Now, all the data that we've ever seen about Facebook, people always say, oh, questions, ask questions. But there's a difference between how you ask the question and getting it right and wrong. When you ask where, when, would, should questions, specifically where and when, because there's no ambiguity. Where did you do something? When did you do it? It's not like you have to think. You just kind of type the answer. Much better than why. So if you ask like existential questions on your Facebook page, like stop doing that. People don't want to kind of think and tell you. So which day is the best? Every other piece of data that we have seen in this space just looks at everyone as if it's one Facebook page. So I tell you that Thursdays and Fridays saw 18% higher engagement. That doesn't really mean much for your business. And I'm going to tell you why in a second, because we went vertical. What time of the day is best? The interesting thing about this is you have 20% higher engagement rate when you post after hours. Now, only 20% of all posts for these 200 clients were after hours. Why? Because people work during the day and they post because they work during the day. Well, most people, they check Facebook at 7 a.m. There's a peak at 7 a.m., a peak at 5 p.m., and a peak late at night, 11, 12. That's late for me. I have 3 kids. You guys may stay up later. But use technologies and tools to let you schedule posts. Post at, Ford did a post with their Warrior in pink, which literally at 2 a.m. East Coast time went live. People were hanging out, and it was one of their most successful posts ever. So what we do in this report is break it up by industry. I don't have all the industries here, but if you're in the entertainment industry, don't overlook the weekend. Like the biggest mistake we saw in entertainment is people just post in the middle of the week. Why? Because they work during the middle of the week and they were enjoying their entertainment on the weekends. Okay, so don't overlook the weekends. If you're a media company, you get to work and you just want to start publishing because you're back at work, you're feeling good after a long weekend, that's the noisiest time to post. It's going to be the hardest for you to get through EdgeRank on Monday morning. Now, fashion industry, Thursday. I don't know why, it's just data. That's what the data says. But Thursday is the peak day across dozens of clients for the fashion industry. Food and beverage, earlier in the week, Tuesday and Wednesday is when you want to post. Business and finance, Wednesday and Thursday kind of makes sense. Wednesday's kind of key day, finance. And healthcare, beauty, look at Thursday, which makes sense with fashion. You want to look at Thursday. So retail, really don't, Friday is a relatively dead day. Sunday is when you want to post, which makes sense. When does Target run their circulars? Sunday. When are people looking for deals, content about retail? Sunday. So take that into, and it sounds common sense, but a lot of people aren't using these. And then, travel and hospitality, you're looking at Thursday and Friday. So get the report. I appreciate you guys letting me speak, and that's it. Thanks.